In this video we're going to look at my final team for game week 3. I made 2 transfers, but I will talk about that later. We first start with the goalkeeper, Sanchez. I kept the same goalkeeper from Chelsea, Sanchez. He had 1 clean sheet so far, and he conceded 1 goal against West Ham United, but I think Chelsea is looking quite good in defense. There's no point in replacing Sanchez with another goalkeeper. And also Dubravka from Burnley had a clean sheet in the last match, so we have 2 good goalkeepers now, I think, so that's okay. The goalkeeper situation, I think, is settled for now. Now in defense, I have Murillo from Nottingham Forest. So far a bit disappointing. I expected more from Murillo, more points from defensive contributions. But I will make a video about players. Next week I will do that with the most defensive contributions so far, who get the most points from defensive contributions. I will make that video next week, but Murillo has been disappointing so far. No points from defensive contributions, and I selected him because of his defensive contributions. So a bit disappointing in contrast to Tarkowski. Tarkowski already made 4 points from defensive contributions, 2 and 2. That's the maximum in 2 matches. And that's why I selected Tarkowski. He plays for a worse team Everton than Nottingham Forest, and that's why he has to make more defensive actions. He has more defensive contributions than Nottingham Forest, who is a better team. So maybe I get Murillo out at some point, because he's quite expensive, 5.5. I want him to make defensive contributions. Richards is a very cheap defender, 4.5. No points from defensive contributions so far, but he's doing well, and I think he's a good pick. He's only 4.5 defender. But I think the vital part for me with defenders is the defensive contributions. There are defenders from 4.5 already made 4 points from defensive contributions. I think it was Senesi from Bournemouth, Van den Berg from Brentford, for example. Now, if you can get those defenders into your team, 4.5 defender, with many points from defensive contributions, that is brilliant. So, but I will make that video next week. Then we have 3. Then they have played 3 matches. On the bench we have Goalkeepers as a defender from Leeds United, and Esteve from Burnley against Manchester United away. So, but they start. At least they start their match. As long as they start the match, I'm happy. Now, a midfield was very easy, of course. There's no point in changing anything in midfield. I keep Salah as my captain. Salah is Salah, and you know that he's always capable of doing something. Salah doesn't have to play well, doesn't have to be involved in the match to have a goal or an assist. That's why I keep him as my captain. And Arne Slot knows that. His coach never substitutes Mohamed Salah unless the match is already decided. Salah is played every minute so far. Slot knows, the coach knows, he will do something, he can do something in extra time, and so far 2 times in extra time he had a goal against Bournemouth and an assist against Newcastle United. So he has rewarded his coach for that. But Salah is not really involved, but he doesn't have to be involved in a match to make goals and have assists. The Salah is my captain. Now Anderson from Nottingham Forest has been a bit disappointing that he doesn't get points from defensive contributions. I expected him to make points from defensive contributions, but so far he didn't. But he's a good pick, he's a solid pick, he plays every minute. Now Semenyo probably has a star of my team. Again he had an assist and 2 goals already. He's already 7.2 now. He started 7.0, but now he is 7.2. And against Spurs away, he will get his chances. The speed he has and the power he has, he's a powerhouse, and I think he will get his chances against the Spurs. And this match, but so far outstanding. Yeah, Cole Palmer has a groin injury, but he might start against Fulham. Maybe on the bench, I don't know, but I keep him in my team. He will be substituted with Goalkeepers from Leeds United if he doesn't start. So it's not a disaster if he doesn't play, because Goalkeepers from Leeds United might get some points too. Now, Cody Gakpo, I transferred Cody Gakpo in and I got Florian Wirtz out. Yeah, Florian Wirtz has been very disappointing so far. If you look at the goal threat, I think he only had 2 attempts on goal so far in 2 matches. He's not really involved in the end game, in the final third. Now, Cody Gakpo is a left winger and he's much more involved into the final third. He shoots on goal, has some offensive actions, more goal threat. That's why Florian Wirtz was 8.4. Gakpo was 7.5, so I only I win even £900,000. It was a very easy transfer. So it was an easy transfer. Gakpo for Wirtz was an easy one for me. In forward, now I did man transfer, Watkins, AKTK. AKTK in, Watkins out. I make 0.4 million pounds, £400,000. AKTK has been outstanding so far. He scored in every match, 3 matches and 3 goals, and Liverpool doesn't even play that well. Liverpool so far has been struggling, they don't play well, but even then he makes 3 goals. But he's very strong and I think he has physical power. He's so fast, he's so direct that he will make many more goals. I think get him in as soon as you possible can. I think I'm not going to wait too long. Of course, they have a very difficult bench now against Arsenal at home. Same goes for Cody Gakpo, but I think his price is rising and I just don't want to wait too long. But obviously Arsenal home is a very tough match. I know that. But AKTK so far has been outstanding. Now the same goes for Pedro, of course. 1 goal, 2 assists against Fulham. He played as a number 10. But he can play as a 9, but also as a number 10 behind the striker. He can play several positions. He's a very good, versatile player. But Pedro will start against Fulham as a number 9, maybe as a number 10, because if Pullman doesn't start, Pedro will play as a number 10, but even then also, then he's very dangerous. He can make his goal or have an assist. So I'm not too worried about that. And he's also my vice captain. Now the Guyo is on the bench. He only played 10 minutes in the last match, but at least he gets some minutes now. But there is no 4.5 forward who starts every match. So that's okay. For now that's okay. So I made 2 transfers. Gakpo in, and Weird out. AKTK in and Watkins out. I hope it will work out. I still have 1.8 on the bench. This is the third game week. The deadline is Saturday 11 o'clock in the morning. This is the last game week. After that, before the transfer window closes. The deadline for the transfer window is Monday 5 o'clock. So keep that in mind. There still will be a lot of transfers this weekend or on Monday. Still a lot can happen, but at this moment we don't know yet. So was the end of the video. We talked about my final team for game week 3.